raged on as the Thot Slayers and Simp defenders clashed their keyboards with no mercy. A war which would not stop until the other side was annihilated. This battle, some would say, shook humanity to its core. But before this happened, they both lived in peace as long as the Simps didn't act like Simps around the Thot Slayers, and the Thot Slayer didn't slay their queen. But one day, the leader of the Thot Slayer, the Supreme Thot Slayer, insulted the Simp Sea Girl Queen and was found assassinated at the Thot Slayer's gate. The Thot Slayers were enraged and declared war against them, and a violent war between the Thot Slayers and the Simp defenders began. So they began crashing their keyboards, no side giving in. The general of the Thot Slayers was the second in command of the Supreme Thot Slayer before he was assassinated. And in a moment of what some would call grief and others would call genius, he made a plan. He realized if he insulted their queen, they would go into a frenzy. If done, there was a chance they would show a weakness that could be used. However, they would go ballistic and possibly tear all the Thot Slayers apart. Many advised against it, even going so far to say he was losing his mind. But he knew it was their only chance and insulted their queen, who had taken a break due to the insult from the Supreme Thot Slayer. This led to them going into a frenzy, but in their rage they exposed their weakness. With the advantage of knowing their weakness, they were able to turn the tables on the Simp defenders. This is when the war truly began. As the Simp defenders charged in a frenzy, the Thot Slayers finally knew their weakness, and that if they were to use lewd pictures, it would pacify them for a period of time, and it would help them attack. This was where the war could be turned, as Simp defenders would turn on their brothers for pictures. And although the Simp defenders had generals of their own in the form of Tier 3 subs, they simply wanted to look in disgust as their brothers fell so quickly, though eventually they decided to help them and they charged into war zone. And with the combined power of the Tier 3 subs, the war went back to being even. Little did Ethier's side know this wasn't the first war between the Simp defenders and the Thot Slayers. They decided to put all of their military in one spot, not to mention the Thot general, the second in command, and only leader left, decided to fight as well for his people. Many advised against such a plan and simply wanted their army to take care of it, seeing as he was their only leader left. But his mind could not have been changed. So as he charged into battle, leading his men to die, he waited to meet the Supreme Thot Slayer once more, his leader that he would follow without fail. But little did Ethier's side know there was something different. It seemed that not only the Supreme Thot Slayer was not dead, but he had turned to the side of Simp, and he now simped for the E-Girl Queen, donating all of his money to her. And though the Simps rejoiced, they soon realized that the E-Girl Queen no longer cared for them. So both sides, realizing their leaders had betrayed them, began to attack them, and then the side they were fighting to begin with, and as the war raged, only one Thot Slayer and one Simp defender remained. However, they no longer wished for war. Instead, they decided to coexist rather than destroy each other. This was the Thot v Simp Chronicles, to be continued. If you want to see me add on to this, let me know.